I'm James Carter. The forest stinks of damp earth and silence. Day 11, and it's not the moaning of zombies or the growl of creatures that tightens my chest. It's the quiet, after the chaos of the city. The absence of human sound feels unnatural. The crunch of boots over wet leaves, the drip of rain from skeletal branches, and the occasional groan of a distant, unseen predator are all we hear now. We're three again. Me, Artem, Sasha, her leg bound tight, limping but determined, and Ivan, who walks 10 paces ahead with the same expressionless focus that carried us through the storm. The man's a mystery. His hands know a rifle, like they were carved for one, but he says little, and when he speaks, every word feels chosen like bullets in a loaded clip. My own face, lean and unshaven, feels out of place in this wild green. My eyes, tired and hazel, constantly scan the dense woods, a stark contrast to the concrete and decay of the city. My worn navy jacket, a constant companion, snags on low branches. I'm writing again. My journal, the pages slightly damp from the humidity. The sky's a dull gray smear above the canopy. Somewhere ahead lies Bunker C12, the place Ivan swore existed. A stockpile of meds, maybe a working radio, maybe a chance. We found Sasha, injured but alive, back in the city. Getting her out and patched up took time, cost us precious resources. But she's here. That's something. Her resolve is a fire that keeps me going, a stubborn flame in the overwhelming darkness. Her braided ponytail is coming undone, strands of hair clinging to her face, but her eyes are sharp and focused. Sasha stumbles on a root. I grab her arm, steadying her. She nods her thanks, jaw tight, pushing through the pain. Her fever's breaking, a small victory, but she's far from strong. Still, she keeps moving. She's tougher than she looks, this kid, more resilient than I ever expected. A roar interrupts the rustle of leaves. Not a creature, something heavier, metal on mud. I listen. It's coming from the ridgeline above us. A military truck, speeding along a narrow path. I hear the tearing through ferns, a tarp flapping. Soldiers crouched behind mounted rifles. They're still operational, still hunting. But who? And for what? Ivan watches it vanish behind trees. They're not looking to rescue. They're cleaning up, he mutters. He doesn't elaborate. I don't press. His eyes say enough. It's the same old story, isn't it? Authority, power, control. In a crisis, the first thing to go is transparency. The first thing to rise is suspicion. It makes me think of the governments I've reported on, the way information is manipulated, truth obscured for a strategic advantage. Even here, at the end of the world, the old games continue. We move again. The forest presses close, branches clawing, damp moss swallowing our steps. It's beautiful in a way the city never was. No buildings, no rot, no graffiti of blood. But nature doesn't forgive. It reclaims. You can feel it, a weight in the fog, a quiet, persistent power. Civilization was a guest here, and now it's gone. The forest is indifferent. It will grow over everything we left behind. Our struggles, our hopes, our fears, all swallowed by green. It's a quiet kind of apocalypse, a return to something wild and untamed. Strange, Artem says, breaking the silence. His voice sounds small in this vast space. His pale, wiry frame seems fragile against the ancient trees. His haunted blue eyes look around, searching, a flicker of recognition in them. This used to be where kids camped. His voice trails off. He remembers. Firewood, laughter, marshmallows, simple things from a life that feels centuries away. Now it's mud, blood, and the sound of flies gathering. He grips his crowbar, not like a weapon, but like a lifeline to a world that's gone, a world he barely had a chance to live in. His messy, dark blonde hair is damp, clinging to his forehead. After an hour, Ivan raises a hand. He motions toward a moss-covered cabin tucked between birches. Its roof slants. A hunting lodge, maybe. Or what's left. He signals us to stop. Could be rigged, he says. Traps. I swallow. Booby traps. Survivors willing to kill other survivors for what? A can of beans? It's the human element again. Always the most unpredictable, the most dangerous. We survived the monsters, but can we survive each other? It's a question that hangs heavy in the air. A bitter taste in my mouth. The breakdown of society reveals the worst in people. The fear and desperation driving them to acts they wouldn't have dreamed of before. Sasha leans against a tree, panting. Her leg is hurting, I know, but she doesn't complain. She pushes through it, her determination a silent force. We should check it. Just be fast. There's a pragmatic urgency in her voice. Risk versus reward. Ivan nods once. Stay close. Step where I step. He moves with a quiet confidence that inspires a reluctant trust. We creep forward. No sounds, no birds. Even the insects are quiet. A heavy, unnatural silence. Ivan opens the door slowly. Hinges groan. Inside, darkness is thick. Slashes of gray light through boarded windows. The air is stale, musty. He enters first. I follow. Journal ready, pen in hand. Sasha behind me. Artem at the door. The place is a graveyard of empty shelves and dusty pelts. Rifle shattered in corner. Mice scatter. No sign of life. Just the detritus of a life abruptly ended. Until the smell hits. Not mold or rot. Something sour. Chemical. Wrong. Sharp. And metallic. And then something moves. From behind crates, figure lurches. Fast. Blur limbs. Snarling teeth. It moves with a horrifying speed. A twisted parody of human form. I stagger back. Heart seizing. Creature crashes toward Ivan. Sasha doesn't hesitate. Steps in, machete flashing. Blade finds mark with a wet thud. The thing drops, convulsing, its limbs twitching. Blood sprays across the wooden floor, mixing with rainwater and dust. Ivan kneels over it, his face grim. That's not just a zombie. He flips body. Pale flesh, four-legged stance, jaws distended. But then we see it. Dog tags, military issue, attached to its neck. I choke, a gasp escaping my lips. Sasha stares, eyes wide with horror and disbelief. Artem curses under breath, sharp intake of air. It was a soldier, I whisper. My voice sounds foreign, detached, even to me. The reality of it is staggering. What the hell happened to them? Ivan wipes blade on floorboards. I told you, he says, low, his voice rough, like grinding stone. They're cleaning up. These things weren't always like this. My breath catches. The implications hit me like a physical blow. You're saying they were turned? Not just infected, transformed, mutated. Ivan doesn't answer directly. Doesn't need to. Silence weighs more than confirmation. It makes me think of the reports I dismissed. The conspiracy theories that sounded too wild to be true. Military experiments, bioweapons. The global implications are staggering. If armies, supposedly the vanguards of national security, are being turned into these things, what hope is there for anyone? It's a terrifying expansion of the nightmare, not just a localized outbreak. Something bigger, something that involves governments, armies, secrets, a virus, or something like it, that targets the very people meant to protect us. It's a twisted reflection of global fears, of the potential for technology and power to turn on their creators. Sasha slumps against wall, clutching side, still healing, but sight of Tag shook her harder than pain. Fear, not of dead things, of what they used to be, of what might have been done to them. I look at her face, framed by flickering daylight through the cracked boards. Her eyes stone, but I see the fear, the dawning horror. Floor creaks under Artem. If soldiers turn into these creatures, he whispers, his young face pale, haunted blue eyes, wide with this new, chilling realization, then no one's immune. His voice is barely audible. The innocence he had is being systematically stripped away by this reality. Outside, something snaps. Twig under heavy boot. We freeze. Every nerve ending screams danger. Ivan drops low, peering through knot in wall. South Ridge, he murmurs. Movement. I join him, peering through the gap. Through trees, shadows shift. More than one. Too fast for zombies. Too quiet for beasts. Organized movement. Human. Gunshots crack silence. One, then three. Echoing. Not aimed at us. Close. Too close. The sound is sharp, definitive, cutting through the damp quiet of the forest. Ivan stiffens. Hunters. Or soldiers. The distinction is becoming increasingly blurred. Sasha pushes off wall. Herd creature. Need to go. Now. Pragmatism overriding pain. Nod, grabbing pack. Map to C12 burns in memory. Our goal? Hope. The only thing we have left to hold on to. Exit cabin. Boots sink into moss, mud. Rain falls. Blurs tree line. Gunfire slices through, closer. Ivan leads down narrow trail, overgrown. Sasha limps, but keeps up. A silent display of her resilience. Artem clutches axe, eyes scanning brush, his young face set with a grim determination. I write. Every shadow potential nightmare. The forest, beautiful and indifferent, now feels menacing, filled with unseen threats. Hear whispers, human voices, low, garbled, footsteps. More than one. Fast, moving with purpose. Ivan yanks us into ditch. Drop low, pressed against damp earth. Above us, shapes pass. Silhouettes in cloaks. Rifles glinting beneath plastic ponchos. Their faces covered. Boots black with mud. One speaks in clipped Russian. Catchphrase. Sweep perimeter. Burn the body. Artem's breath hitches. Hunting survivors. His whispered words confirm our fear. Sasha grips sleeve. Not rescuers, executioners. Her voice is raw. Soldiers pass without seeing us. But dread lingers like smoke. Wait 5 minutes. Maybe 10. Ivan gives signal. Move again. Cutting through trees. Every sound warning. Flash of motion last. Path narrows to ravine. Slippery. Steep. Choked debris. Descend carefully. Sasha slips. Catch her. Tumbling into mud. Land hard. Blink. Dazed. Hear wet chewing. Slow. Rhythmic. Turn. Zombie crouches over body near water's edge. Human. Fresh. Uniform. Artem hisses. One of them. Ivan raises rifle, but hesitates. The thing lifts head. Eyes yellow, jaw split. Hisses. Then leaps. Ivan fires. Shot clean. Creature drops midair. Scramble back. Hands shake writing. Corpse wears soldier's vest. Blood mixes with rain, soil. Patch on arm. ECHOUNIT. A name, a designation, tied to this horror. Whisper into journal. Not just dying, mutating, changing into these things. The terrifying truth laid bare. Ivan nods. Something's in them. Rain. Shots they were given. Doesn't matter. Army knows. The military knows. And they're covering it up. Hunting down their own turned soldiers. Cleaning up the evidence. It fits the pattern. Global conspiracies. Governments hiding the truth. Sacrificing individuals for the perceived greater good. Press on. No longer afraid noise. Stealth gone. burned away by realization. The map leads closer bunker. Trees thin. Distant shape emerges through fog. Metal half buried in ivy. Structure cut into rock face. Bunker. Gate closed, scorched. Symbols etched. Looks imposing. Fortified. Sasha collapses near entrance. Trembling. Exhausted. Wounded. But here. Found it, she gasps. Actually, relief warring with pain. Gunfire erupts again. Behind us. Soldiers. Followed trail. Dive for cover. Bullets chew bark. Ivan returns fire, yelling, "Into hatch! Move!" Artem. I haul Sasha up. Gate groans. Force open. Inside. Darkness. Concrete stairs down. Cold gust. Reeking rust. Ozone. A sense of descending into the unknown. Don't hesitate. One by one, vanish into dark. Hatch slams shut. Silence returns. Only hum of machines deep below and beat of hearts. Descend into what might be salvation, or something much worse. If you're still with us, through gunfire, rain, echo of everything lost, through the terrifying truth of what the military is hiding, through the shadows of this forest, subscribe to Beyond Blackout. We're not done yet. The shadows are only getting deeper. The truth is far more dangerous than the monsters.